Kangxi's fifth son, Yin Qi, and ninth son, Yin Tang, were born by Kangxi's favorite consort Yi, but they didn't have close relationship. Yin Qi didn't participate the throne competition and died at age 54. Yin Tang was the core member of the Eight Lord Party and lost everything after Yongzheng became the emperor. Yin Qi was born in 1679. After birth, he was raised by the emperor's daughter Ren Xian. Ren Xian was Shun Zhi's second empress Xiao Hui Zhang. She didn't give birth any kids. After had Yin Qi, she gave him the best living conditions. But Xiao Hui didn't care about Yin Qi's education very much. For example, Manchurian language was Yin Qi's first language. When he was 6 years old, he started to accept the formal education, which means he must learn Han Chinese. It's really painful. Yin Qi couldn't remember Chinese characters and didn't want to learn Chinese anymore. If other princes refused to learn Chinese, Kangxi had hundreds ways to force them to continue. But Kangxi could do nothing to force Yin Qi because Yin Qi got the support from Xiao Hui. Xiao Hui grew up in Mongolia and didn't get many formal education. Besides, the Grand Empress Dowager Xiao Zhuang didn't like Han Chinese culture and worried Qing royal family members were influenced by Han Chinese culture. I think Xiao Hui had the same idea as Xiao Zhuang, so she didn't think refusing to learn Chinese was a big deal. Yin Qi became the only prince of Kangxi who didn't know Chinese. This means Yin Qi couldn't get the support from Han Chinese government officers. So, when Yin Qi was a little kid, he almost impossible to participate the throne competition. Yin Qi wasn't a good student, but Kangxi still loved him. During Kangxi's life, he promoted his sons 2 times. The first time happened in 1698. The 37th years of Kangxi's time, Yin Qi was promoted to the 3rd rank prince. The second time happened in 1709. Yin Qi was promoted to the Prince Heng of the 1st rank. In 1732, the 10th year of Yongzheng's time, Yin Qi, as the 1st rank prince, passed away at age 54. Yin Tang was born in 1683. When he was born, his biological mother already became the consort. Theoretically, Yin Tang should have a very happy childhood. Well, in real world, he had a horrible childhood. Because of bad appearance, his brothers always bullied him. Sometimes, Kangxi also made fun of him. Yin Shi maybe was the only brother who truly took care of Yin Tang. When Yin Tang was 9 years old, he got a serious disease. Because imperial doctors couldn't treat this disease using traditional methods, Yin Tang was saved by 2 Western doctors using surgery. So, when Yin Tang grew up, he liked to learn some Western knowledge. For example, Yin Tang created ciphers based on Latin alphabet. he used these ciphers to send secret messages to his sons. Yin Tang was very rich and was the CFO of the Eighth Lord Party, but he earned most of his money through blackmail and smuggle. For example, in Qing Dynasty, ginseng trading is controlled by the emperor. The emperor sent special people to dig ginseng and sell them on the market. All profits were given to the emperor to use in personal expense. Yin Tang secretly sent people to dig ginseng, sold them in Suzhou, then brought silk products in Suzhou and sent them in Beijing. During this process, he earned a huge amount of money. In 1722, Kangxi passed away and Yongzheng became the emperor. About 1 month after Kangxi's death, Yongzheng banished Yin Tang and consort Yi's 3 most trusted eunuchs. 2 months later, Yongzheng sent Yin Tang to Xining to separate him with other Eighth Lord Party members. Well, when stayed in Xining, Yin Tang widely bribed local government officers, which looks like he wanted to rebel. But when some people tried to petition him to rebel, Yin Tang refused. In 1725, Yongzheng withdrew Yin Tang's noble title. 1 year later, Yongzheng arrested Eighth Lord Party's leader Yin Si. Yin Tang was sent back to Beijing. Yongzheng banished him from the royal clan and forced him to change his name to Sai Si Hei, which means annoying people. Then Yin Tang stayed in a jail until he passed away at age 44. In historical documents, he died because of stomach ache, but more people believed he was poisoned by Yongzheng.